Now, the Singapore government says it'll keep subsidising public transport, especially for the most vulnerable groups, although commuters must continue to pay a fair amount. Senior Minister of State for Transport, Janil Puthucheary, said this in a radio interview with CNA 938 this morning.
Well, this is after the latest fare review exercise announced fares are going to go up by 7% at the end of this year.
To be key to just the normal...
The half-hour conversation was dominated by the upcoming public transport fare hike, which will see adult commuters paying 9 cents more per trip. Dr. Janil Puthucheary said while rides have become more reliable, operating costs have also risen over 30% in the past few years, and fares have not fully kept up.
The building of the stuff comes out of the taxpayers' funds. The question is now running the stuff, should that come out of the commuter, the person who taps in and out, or should it come out of the taxpayer who may or may not be using the public transport system? And so today, running the stuff is subsidized about 50% by the taxpayer. And that's not how we originally set it up. Originally, we set it up so that about all of the running of the stuff was going to be done by the commuter.
Also in the studio was transport economist Timothy Wong, who added that the hike is not a bailout for operators, which must still continue to deliver on reliable and good service. But profits will still be needed to keep the industry going.
The operators are not making profits on their rail operations. If we allow that to continue for too long, we send this perception globally that if you decide to bid for a contract to operate a rail line in Singapore, we can't guarantee you'll make any money. And then if we have that sort of a perception, it's going to be very difficult to create a competitive environment for operations in the rail industry as we do in the bus industry.
Dr. Janil also warned that subsidies cannot keep rising.
It's not that we won't subsidize public transport, we will. It's not that we won't find a way to help the most vulnerable and commuters, we will. The question is how much is the fair amount, and no pun intended. But you're right that if we overdo this, we are taking funds from elsewhere, and we do need to spend on healthcare, on education, and many other things as well.
Dr. Janil also explained why polytechnic and diploma students are getting concessionary rates now.
It's because we have a bit more confidence that we can do the cross-subsidy from the people who pay the full fares to the people who pay concessionary fares better.
Concessionary fares aside, he added that now 1 in 5 households can apply for public transport vouchers to help them cope with the hike, up from 1 in 10.